Hey everyone, and welcome to Is Rap Music? Now there's a controversial title, if there ever was one. I wrote this piece back in 2021, and I was just reviewing it and thought, you know what, I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. It was subtitled Music of Any Form is What You Want It to Be. Not too much controversy there, but I know there's going to be some questions about this. So I'm just going to pretty much read it back as is. I've edited it with some additional comments from, in one place or another. So here we go. Let us know what you think at the end. And I'm sure a lot of people, fans, will. It started by me reviewing an article back in 2019. It was written in 2019 by someone called Ben Shapiro and rapper Zuby. Now, FYI, I didn't know who, and still don't, either one of those people happened to be. Shapiro had maintained several times that rap was not music, and naturally, this Zuby, being a rapper, disagreed. It reminded me of thoughts and articles I'd written in the past of a similar nature. I'm not really a big rap fan, not hip hop. Many people are. I honestly don't even know the difference. I just Googled it a short while ago and it's so confusing. I still don't know the difference, but that's beside the point. Surely, when some of you were growing up, you had this kind of debate with your own parents, right? The latest music trends in my old days happened to be in the 50s, and it was rock and roll. Well, the only thing that rolled when we played it, and it first was introduced, made popular on the Ed Sullivan Show, even though it existed, I know it was part of black music, the background. The only thing that rolled were my parents' eyes. They didn't think this was music. Now, we in turn weren't very fond of, let's see, Frank Sinatra, Lawrence Welk, 40s big band music that they tended to like. However, even then, I didn't question whether those forms of music were music or not. They were. They just happened to be square to my generation. So then Shapiro apparently tried to define the requirements of calling something music, citing harmony, melody, rhythm. Surely your priority as a fan or listener is what you like or sounds good to you. When I first heard rap, I had similar thoughts. How can such a monotone repetition of really bad poetry, because it was and tends to be, seldom rhymes even. Maybe it's not supposed to, but it sounds like they're trying and failing. And the background is some mechanically generated beat with a piece of software most of the time. To me, the problem is that there was no real singing. The performer didn't actually play anything. And therefore, what talent was displayed? So for me, talent is part of the base element. I thought I could write better poetry myself if that's what it was supposed to be. When I encounter verse, like poems that are so-called blank verse or free verse, I'm of the same opinion. That's not poetry. Well, I'm wrong. It is poetry. So the other day, I heard a rap-like number. I have no idea about the singers, the performers. Don't think it was singing. Background, religious belief, skin color, anything like that. It consisted of total monotone, literally one note. If there were two, then my ear told me at least one of them was sharp or flat. And again, no talent. To me, no talent. So that's a necessary element. And all rap that I heard simply required speaking at a very rapid pace. All right, maybe that's a talent in itself. Fans will argue that it has a message, a deep message. So does any lyric. That's what I would say. It also seems that you have to be really into this to pick up sometimes the hidden cryptic message. And other people have told me as a white man that I probably didn't want to know anyway. So maybe this is getting a few people riled. So let me just continue. The debate over whether it is or isn't, you got to look at it, I think, from a broader perspective. So once upon a time, when I was at university, Bob Dylan became popular. Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, Gordon Lightfoot, all these people. And I thought I saw Leonard Cohen and Bob Dylan, that wasn't real music. They weren't singing. Well, now I know how wrong I was. Both of them were considered a genius. Um, and there's other points here to consider. If you look at classical music, how could you possibly say that, a Mozart or a Beethoven weren't playing music, although they're just instrumentals? They had immense talent. Same goes for like big bands or marching bands. You might not like to listen to them, but it's clearly music. Have you ever heard a moving piece in a cappella, which is, just singing, voice only, no accompaniment, no rhythm, no background? I've heard, and I'm sure you have too, national anthems. People like Barbara Streisand, Celine Dion. Who else was there? Josh Groban, Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, even Frank Sinatra. They used their musical knowledge and their immense control of their voice that took years and years of vocal training to leave you kind of spellbound. And there was no rhythm or no harmony and no accompaniment. This isn't music? Of course it is. Even a soprano singing, a solo tune, a soprano, a tenor, it's music. Now, as far as rhythm alone is concerned, how many of you have heard some of the great drum pieces, solos by John Bonham? I note a few of them here. Buddy Rich, Keith Moon, Max Weinberg, Weinberg, to name a few. These are also music. If you tapped your foot to it or gyrated along with it, it was music. Listen to a steel drum band or a pan flute group and see if you disagree. It's music. Any instrumental piece without human voice is definitely music. Today, you can use computer hardware or software to produce any of the above that I've just mentioned. Does that disqualify it as music? I don't think so. A lot of great producers used hardware and software to accompany and produce and make the great tracks that we hear. It's music. Let us not forget the pieces that were immensely popular but made no sense whatsoever. I looked up a few of them. I can remember them distinctly when I was growing up. They made no sense. Whiter Shade of Pale, great song. Nobody knows what it was about. American Pie, Wooly Bully. Others, they just repeated the same line over and over and over again, same phrase. Things like Hey Jude, Roxanne, Chain of Fools, Ain't No Sunshine, and again, Wooly Bully. This would kind of debunk any claim that there had to be some deep meaning to qualify as music. There doesn't. So in conclusion, if you've recognized any talent in any of the above, or you recognize any form of talent while doing any of the above, singing in combination, then you are making music. When people dance or sing or clap to accompany you, same conclusion. It must be music. So you can decide now for yourselves and let us know through your comments, please. If rap or any other verbal or instrumental expression is music. If you dig it, if you want to groove to it and move to it, who cares? Notice how I still haven't answered the original question put in the title. And I'm not going to. But I'm still not a fan, and I don't think I ever will be. That's my opinion, and that's what it is. Let's hear what yours is in the comments. If you like this, subscribe, and I'll probably be doing some more.